Happy Saturday. Hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend. I'm recording this about 9:52 on a Saturday night. And I just wanted to show a recording I made on the 10th of October showing a trade I took. It was interesting for a few reasons, and it shows you how you can use DXY confluence and volume clusters for entries. First, just a few updates on cable traders and where we're at. Copy trading for friends still in the green. Definitely a few ups and downs this week, but we remain ahead of benchmark. I honestly didn't have the best weeks trading, so I had to do a deep dive today on the errors that I made. Honestly, quite a catalog. Even with a lot of experience, it's easy to fall foul and slip into bad habits. The markets demand your full focus, a lot of planning, and most of all adherence to trading rules. So next week my trading will be a lot more sparse and focused on the premium trades and not so much scalping. I want to average about 5 trades a week ideally. I think that's my sweet spot, maximum 10. I call myself an intraday trader. That is, I look for the main swings of the day and not the 1 week trades or the 10 pip scalps. So 2 main updates, making some changes to mentorship. The mentorship channels become less active and most of the chat occurs on cable main chat area. So I'm doing a big refocus on mentorship to make sure everyone in the program gets value. So first up, it's going to be weekly calls instead of fortnightly calls. I've been having some really productive discussions with people. We can share screens, talk about whatever you want to talk about, some trades you've taken, some areas you want to improve, like whatever psych problems you're having, just anything you want really. Reduced rates on copy trading. This is still in the testing phase, still very positive, but still making tweaks. So if you're in this program, you'll get a very discounted rate, at least 1 private trade webinar per week. So what we might do is when a trade is flagged, we'll give some advance notice and either jump on voice or do a screen share so we can all trade together. If we don't get that, we'll do some kind of recap of the week, but I think showing like a live trade is the best. This is what I've been doing in the past with mentorship students, doing it over voice, but there's no reason why we can't do a screen share as well. There's going to be a minimum of 3 group prep calls a week. That's like Frankfurt Open and New York Open, showing where all my zones are, where I'm looking at for trades. We're going to do more focus on zone drawing. I'm finding there's a bit of confusion on this area. My main mentor for S&D was White Oak FX, aka Magic Trader. He's one of the best mentors out there in my opinion, so I'm going to go over his material once again and put more focus on how we find intraday trades. So Magic Trader, he's more of a swing trader, but I do use a lot of his concepts to find the best levels to trade at. We're going to have structured notifications of my trades as well as plans and reasoning in the room rather than in the cable chat room. So we'll only take the A graders and do a full breakdown and hopefully make the room more active. Nothing's going to change in the main cable group. I'm still going to be active in there posting lots of ideas, but the mentorship group will be very focused on just catching the maybe the 5 trades that I take per week. This is much more of a preferable way to trade for me rather than being in front of the screen all day, try to scalp everything. There's absolutely no need for it. Now that I'm more experienced, it's very easy for me to spot where the premium trades are going to be. So please let me know if there's anything that you want. I want this to be the best mentorship program out there, genuinely. I'm highly confident in my abilities and I want to share what I know with the right people who can hopefully join me in some future projects. I've got some kind of grand plans in mind, hopefully start a fund at some point. And I'd love to bring the best of the best along with me as long as, as well as helping, struggling traders reach their goals, whatever they may be. So going forward, I'm going to be trading much less and focusing on A-grade trades. I always find I trade the best when I do my planning, set alerts, and then walk away from the screen and only trade around my alert levels. And this helps to kind of avoid the noise, which is often created, and can draw traders in, including myself. So I have to watch this extremely carefully. So hopefully we'll see some more positive changes going forward. Just a final note on this, nothing changes for regular members. You still get all the advantages. The aim of a mentorship is that it should pay for itself. If it's not, then I'm doing something wrong. The bottom line, as far as I see it, you should be making money. Second update is the use of volume clusters, which I'm finding more and more useful. I can see this in the chat as well. People are using this concept more. They're essentially mini points of control, and they tell you where the big orders are and help you pinpoint entries either for continuation trades, as I'm going to show today, or in supply and demand clusters for setup 2. So I'm going to completely revise setup 2. It still works, don't worry. This just kind of makes it better. So you might fairly ask why the changes if the system works so well. Well, I truly believe you should always be moving forward as a trader. Always learning new things, always refining your edge. If you stay static, then you'll be left behind. The markets are really competitive. They change all the time, they change seasonally, so we always have to stay on top of things. We trade using market dynamics, rules based around levels, volume, order flow, and price action that I think will never really change. These are real facts of the market, where people are placing orders, what price is telling you. All of that's never really going to change, but improvement should always be at the forefront of your mind. So actually this Friday, a trade we took live on the webinar. There was about 12 people present, so it was great to trade alongside everyone. It was this trade right here. I'd been calling a buy all day, but also selling down towards the target. People were calling BS, but sure enough it transpired. Great to show trades live with people, as there are regular attacks on my credibility, which comes with the territory, I know. So one guy said I was a demo trader to be avoided, and I make no apology for demo trading for educational purposes. I said this in videos all the time. This is an education group, not a financial advice group. So calling me a demo trader is like saying the sky is blue. If you think that's an insult, then you're sadly mistaken. I showed demo trade here, and what I do with my own personal funds, it's a private matter, as is yours. My company is not approved by the FCA yet. It's a 6-month process. I doubt I'll even apply. I'll probably find some other way to get the copy trading going, whether it be domiciling somewhere else, or I might indeed just go through the FCA process and set it up in that kind of way. But yeah, I don't want any sniff of financial advice here. Even though I'm a former investment consultant and investment manager, this could get me in hot water and possibly legal trouble. People could sue me. So I'm gonna do an overview video of our trade on Friday, then how we took a quick 30 pip trade using setup 3 in the New York session. That was on the 10th, I think, the 10th or 11th. And then this one will be the next part of the course, a revision on setup 2 and the use of VCs, volume clusters. So I'll show you here briefly how it's used, and I'll go into more detail in the next training video. So here, first of all, London usually creates the higher low of the day. So we had a big rush up in London up to this supply zone. So we'd broken Asia high. This is Asia high. So setup 1, but it was also a bit of a setup 2. So if you see, this is a volume cluster, okay? Abnormal, everything else is like 30, 20s, and then you've got this big 143 and 178. That's in this down close it's in this candle here, right here. So if we see just do this visually because this is the futures market. We have to just kind of transpose it ourselves and do it visually. So if we see it's like at the bottom of the candle, right? Roughly, okay. You can see it acts as a resistance here. I can zoom in. So is that fair? You know, just below halfway down the candle. That's some big institutional orders protecting this level. We rush up during London, creates a high, a doji, and then drops precipitously. Okay. We also had set up one here, like a grab below Frankie low. Demand zone created, refill. I took this one up. I actually missed the short somehow. I think I don't know. I don't think I was concentrating, to be honest, but there you are. That's kind of a hybrid between setup 1 and setup 2. You have the supply zone that breaks structure, transpose it across. London creates a high, pauses for a minute. You can look at the price action, stumbles into this VC, breaks Asia high, and then drops like a rock all day. So that's the kind of thing you need to focus on. I didn't catch it. I ended up getting in this buyer's trap. So you see this wedge, classic technical analysis pattern. When I see something like that before my target zone, I think buyer's trap, and it's also pre-New York. So I ended up shorting here. I showed it in the chat live, but my main kind of task of the day was to go long, and I knew it was going to happen between here and here. 200 pips quite easily. We're going to get the buy of the week, I said, 200 pips. So why here? Well, the secret, well, it's no secret, is this is where the volume is last week, and we're creeping in. So I just drew 2 black lines. There's also an H4 supply demand zone. So I'm very, very confident in looking for a long here. So we'll go into the 1 minute chart. I called like a open kind of town hall Q&A meeting with the intention of showing this trade live, and we did show it live in front of about, I don't know, 12 people. But it was very rapid. I started the call here, and then the trade happened here. So we had like we're bantering for 4 or 5 minutes, and then suddenly I find myself placing lots of orders. And if we look at the order flow, let's see. I'll show you the confirmation. So what time was that at? 13:40. So 15:40 on here. The same one. So I believe it was this absorption candle, okay? Huge negative delta, a huge clash of orders, and that was our entry. For some reason it looks different from my memory, but that seems, let's see, 1736. 17. No, we're in the wrong part. Uh, 17. So we're looking for 15. I was like, wow, it looks really different. So let's remind ourselves it happened at 1341. So 1541. Okay, here it is. This was like mini demand zone created and this huge absorption. It basically a clash of orders at our key level. Negative delta, sellers attacking but getting nowhere, and we get an up close candle with big volume. And if let's say you're unsure this is absorption, I knew it was because of the area we were in. I was ready for it. And when I saw this candle moving up like quickly, I was placing my orders in this area. I was like boom, 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 and I showed that live. But you could have say, I don't know. There's plenty of places to get in, like imbalances. I don't know. 859 is an imbalance. It's hard to see, but I think this was a very rapid one. For me, it was getting in here. That there was the key. Definitely there was chances to get in, but the way it moved up was just so rapid, and you had to have faith in the level, which I did. I mean, I was rock solid on this H4 demand, huge high volume area, and then you see this kind of Wyckoff type pattern, the sideways movement. For me, it was very clear cut. I can see how that might not be clear cut to people, especially as a lot of people thought it was a sell bias day. Really, this is the key. This huge volume here, that's gonna support. So especially as we're heading down so fast. So I had the call going and I was waiting for the first sign of absorption. So as soon as I saw this candle moving up, I started jumping in with orders, and you could have got in on the test of this FVG. That would have been a good place to get into this cluster, this little accumulation. But there you go. That's two. This was these. Sorry about all these gray shaded areas. I'll try and explain what they are. My chart gets quite messy during the day, so like there's a lot of gray. Basically, bull's time to shine. Basically, this was an H4 FVG. That's why we were moving down so quickly. And this was H4 demand. So this guy. Okay, so we knew it was a big demand zone, but it was also a big volume zone. So that's it. I was waiting for that trade all day. It went 200 pips as predicted. Actually, it went more. So I'm gonna try and post more trades like that in the mentorship room, and hopefully do them live with people, so that I can explain the order flow and what I'm seeing. Because that, I mean, you look at that candle, it's not very obvious, apart from the negative delta and the up close and the clash of orders. That might not have been very, very obvious to some people. So hopefully we can point that out and see how it goes. So I took that on the copy trade and personal, and that was like, that really made my week after kind of disappointing trades during the week. So we'll go back to the 10th, and I've actually got a recording of this trade. 10th. I didn't get there. Go to. Where are we now going to the 10th? That's weird. Maybe if it changes the time frame. Go to. Yeah, there we go. This happened in New York. So, well, I've got the recording, but just about preamble. In general, you wanna somebody asked me why I mark up trend lines on intraday. Really, it's these are liquidity pools above here, okay? Because people are shorting on these trend lines, seeing it as a downtrend. making lower lows and lower highs. So they're trading off this trend line and placing their stops above here. So it's a target, and that's what we're looking for. And we made a run up into this little supply zone and then dropped. So I've got a recording. I'll just show it. I think there was chance for continuation as well. I think I should have that somewhere. I'll dig it out, but basically there was I think a volume cluster here. We can dig out in Discord, but you can just go back to the chat on Discord. There was a huge imbalance. I'm sure I took a snapshot. Maybe I just can't find it. Let's see, 5 minutes. Nah, you know, nowhere to be seen. Maybe it's deleted it, but yeah, I did take a snapshot. But we'll just show the video so we don't drag on too long. Again, what we're seeing is a break of equal highs and a break of a trend line. So we're thinking short, and we have a lot of evidence. DXY here moving into a fair value gap. And also breaking a low, so I'm thinking it's going to pop up. So let's see what happens. I see Ottman's looking for the same thing. Big clusters here. So yeah, me and Ottman are on the same page trading wise. He's a great addition to the team. I've never seen somebody pick up the strategy so quickly and apply it. So I'm extremely grateful for his presence. I found him on Instagram. Great guy, great trader. So I love it when there's people who kind of see the same things that I do. And it like makes me realize that the trading that I'm doing is real, and it's not just like something that I dreamed up in my head. So here we are, sold. Let me just run it forward a little bit. You can see I'm about to place it on prop as well. That's personal. It's actually a demo trade, but I'm in my personal account right now. And I take my prop slightly later on the little retrace. So it's going quite well. We're like, you know, a couple of grand in the green. And I remember a huge imbalance appears. I think it was like 2680. I took a load of snapshots. I'm kind of disappointed they've disappeared. So I'm showing some like Wyckoff here. This is a kind of accumulation. Dixie's very helpful for this kind of thing. So you've got this reaccumulation, sign of weakness, and a spring. So a break below these equal lows, huge bullish candle, fair value gap, and this spring going into an FVG. So I'm confident at this point that this short is on, because Dixie does, you know, broadly the opposite of what we're doing on GU. So even though we're heading up, I'm confident this is gonna rise. So it does. What do we have there? So here was a volume cluster, or was it an imbalance? 24 times 0. Yeah, this was the huge imbalance. It was also a volume cluster, 2400. So if you see something like that, you can bloody well trade off it, no issue whatsoever, because it's such a huge imbalance that it's almost a gimme. So you can add here. Yeah. There you go. Goes all the way down. So at this point, it's like 7 grand. You know, 6 grand, whatever. So yeah, 15 hours or so. Yeah, and that's basically the trade. Nice little. It goes up to like 7 grand, something like that. And yeah, about the same on personal. I'm just doing like 30 lots, 22 lots. That's kind of my comfort level, by the way. 22 lots, 20 up to 22, 25. When I start going above 30, it changes my psychology. I mean, I'll get there, but that's plenty for now. Taking profit below these lows, very smart thing to do. That's all you need. That's like 30 pips or so. And you had a great re-addition point here on this 24.0 if you just wanted to grab the end of it. It was also a big volume cluster, so you can see it's kind of a general support resistance type area. Anyway, I think this video's gone on long enough, so I've shared a few things, a few thoughts, a few trades, and if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Discord, on Instagram, the Cable Traders. My name's Jeff T on Discord. The group's called Cable Traders, and we will talk soon. And have a great Saturday night.